There are certain unusual details about a Clockwork Orange that I've never heard anyone else mention, so today we're going to take a look at those. Hey, hello, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. As you can see from the title, today we're talking about A Clockwork Orange, Stanley Kubrick's film from 1971. And in particular, we're going to be taking a look at what I'm calling the power symbols in this film and what happens around them, because I actually think these power symbols are important to some of the changes we see with the characters in this film. So let's take a look at some of these symbols. Now, when the film opens, we meet our lead character Alex and his droogs, or friends, having some questionable drinks in the Korova Milkbar. And although this should be a sort of relaxed, laid back atmosphere with a few friends having some drinks, it is anything but. Just look at the rather menacing attitude given off by Alex, possibly due to the substances in the drinks. After getting into a bit of trouble, the Droogs end up in this fast sports car called the Durango 95, and I'm calling this our first power symbol. Why? Because it's fast and exciting and gives the Droogs a feeling of crazy power as they actually run a car and a motorcycle off the road. Just look at Georgie's face. They're having a great time, and Alex loves the chaos. After getting into a bit of what they call ultra violence at the writer's house, the Droogs return back to the Korova milk bar. As a lady there begins singing a bit of Beethoven's Ninth, Alex is enjoying the singing when Dim makes a rude noise, and Alex brings his cane or walking stick down on Dim's legs, quite painfully, which causes Dim to challenge Alex. But notice this stylish cane that Alex has, because I think it is another one of our power symbols, and not just because Alex carries it to intimidate or hurt people. This walking stick may also have some macho symbolism as an object that gives off strong masculine energy, and indeed, Dim seems cowed by it, and he backs down. As Alex walks home at what looks like dawn, we see the rather chaotic and run-down building he lives in with his mom and dad. Living here definitely wouldn't instill a sense of power in anyone. Then we see Alex in his room, which actually seems much more ordered, with some erotic art on the wall. We then see Alex lay down on the bed and pull what looks like huge wads of money out of his pocket. And where he got it may actually be the subject of another video. And I'm calling money another of our power symbols. Just look at that loot drawer under Alex's bed. Lots of expensive watches in there too. But it's definitely easy to understand why money would be a power symbol to a teenager that lives where Alex lives. We then see Alex go to the other side of the bed, and when he opens the other drawer, what do we see? It's Basil, Alex's pet snake. And yes, I'm calling this snake another of our power symbols. Of course, snakes are another symbol with masculine energy. And at one point, Alex even strokes it. Alex then puts on some Beethoven to relax, apparently. But Alex definitely has some strange visions. And in the morning, as usual, he can't get up for school. After having a talk with the Droogs, we see them walking by the water. But since Alex feels his power has been challenged, he's going to lash out at his friends. And in a way, this violence slash intimidation is another way Alex tries to maintain his power. But when he literally gets to the point where he's going to cut dim, he's really gone too far. This, in fact, will end up eroding Alex's power, and he'll lose his friends, but he just doesn't know it yet. I'd like to say a word also about the fashion choices of the Droogs here. The somewhat working class boots and braces look. There's real machismo there, topped off with a bowler hat, usually favored by British bankers. Again, it can be a power symbol. And of course, the striking addition of a rather large codpiece of sorts. Of course, codpieces have been a part of power dressing for a very long time, rather famously worn here by Henry VIII, another macho power symbol. But what happens to Alex after he loses access to all of his power symbols? Well, after Alex is arrested, he ends up involved in an experiment for that new Ludovico technique to rehabilitate him. And when they try to demonstrate this to an audience, we see Alex literally being humbled and pushed to the floor and humiliated. The youthful macho swagger and energy are gone, gone with all of the power symbols. And when Alex returns home to his parents' flat, we get this strange and slightly heartbreaking scene in which a visibly upset Alex finds out that not only has a new guy moved into his room, but all of his possessions are gone. And according to his dad, even Alex's pet snake Basil is gone, meeting an untimely end. Very symbolic, since this was one of Alex's power symbols that he literally slept with. This Ludovico technique has turned Alex into a bit of a pathetic character. So, to sum up, we learned about some of the important symbols in A Clockwork Orange today, what I'm calling the power symbols, like the ultra-fast car, the Durango 95, and that walking stick Alex uses, even to show dominance over the other Droogs, as well as Alex's drawer full of money and watches. Even today, these things convey power. And of course, Basil, Alex's pet snake, who is symbolically taken away after Alex's return from prison, as a way to show Alex has lost some of his mojo, if you will. And we even learned about historical power dressing that mirrors some of the Droog's own fashion choices. But when Alex becomes a test subject for that new treatment to lower the crime rate, we see Alex has become somewhat pathetic and defenseless. And we have to ask, is it really worth it to go through this treatment? Or was it better for Alex to stay as he was, full of vitality and somewhat charming, and yet slightly unhinged? Well, that's my new video about the power symbols in A Clockwork Orange. I hope you liked it. I'm working on something new for next week, and I hope to have that up soon. And let me say thank you to my awesome comment section. I definitely enjoy reading what you have to say. Also, I do have a personal Instagram. If you wanted to follow me, my name over there is Shimmering Path, and I'll leave a link in the description box below. And it would help my channel if you did hit that subscribe button and liked the video. But either way, my name is Shim. Thank you for spending time with me, and have a great day.